Okay, so I'm gonna have to say goodbye to my website from 2003. Might have registered in 2002, but I think it was 2002 or 2003. I built a website for my classmates for our 25th reunion so we could have an easier time getting in touch, sharing, photos and whatnot. This is before Facebook, keep in mind. This is like 6 months before Facebook even existed. So, the short story is I did this around 2003, and then I guess about a year later, Guy, Katie, and somebody else, a couple people maybe, three or four of them, decided that they didn't like, there was cursing on the message board, and they didn't like some of the conversations that were taking place, along with, have you seen so-and-so, or I found a ring, or blah, blah, blah. They just decided to take all of the photographs that I spent hours upon hours scanning. And the funny thing is I was, as usual, completely broke and keeping it together barely, and I asked all my classmates, I said maybe, if everyone chipped in $5, which would have ended up being like maybe a couple $100. One person sent me $6, and they sent it anonymously. But I'm still grateful, I guess. But just they just laughed at me, like even back then before things got really ugly. But here's what's interesting. I had a little war with Guy and Katie over this. So check this out. So if you Google CHHS 1979, isn't it interesting that there are all these pages, and it could go on for another like 10 pages. There's a lot. But it asks, did you mean their website? And this was Guy's website, which of course he didn't actually do. It's just like it's a template that you add your stuff, and it's not very well done, blah, blah, blah. Again, this is my photograph that they use to scan, to use for their index page, But anyway, so, what was I going to say? I wanted to show something, like this was something that I did. Oh, it's not there anymore. Shit. So, but isn't it interesting that, so, they didn't like, I'm not surprised. I had been a substitute teacher for a brief time, and I was just shocked that this is in fact from one of the actual lessons. I don't remember her name, Miss, in someone's class. Imagine telling a 10-year-old that for stealing a cookie, police would become involved. Say it isn't so. This was actually the assignment. Tell students that based on the statements made by witnesses and the facts known about the suspects, the police went into Otis's home. And remember, the cookies are Otis Spuntmeyer, I think. They're like the ones that sponsor this, I'm making quotations, assignment. This is like 5th grade, 4th grade or something. Miss Wink did not press charges. I underline all the cop speak because it just was. Miss Wink also pointed out how the prank of stealing a cookie had come to no good at a crime does not pay. So, I don't mean to take everything in this direction, but how can you help it when that's scary to me? And I would have thought everyone that I grew up with would have thought so too, but apparently not. So if I click on all these, the pages are all wiped out on like every single one. But the only one that isn't wiped out is the 1979 copycat site, which I made a link to just to tell that story. And yeah, every single page is gone. So I didn't realize that someone actually broke into here, and that sucks. It lasted all this time.